Okay. Well, we are officially live. Welcome to the live stream with Ursa Live. This is the Indie Spotlight, and it is a awesome showcase to really just showcase indie artists and music. And I am really excited about this one. I'm really excited about this one specifically. Um, I'll tell you in a second why, but um, yeah, I'm really excited about this one specifically because I think for the first time ever, going to be performing from beginning to end the Summer to Call Home EP, which came out in 2022. And usually I would actually perform, like each song separately or mix it with like other songs and mix it with covers and all of that, but I've never actually done like this whole album from beginning to end. And this was my first album, guys. Actually, this was my very first album, and I released it back in 2022. Um, it was work of a lot of love and a lot of passion and a lot of also just learning the ropes on recording. So I just kind of wanted to open up before I get started just with a little bit of a story of how this album came to be. So first of all, if you're new here and it's your first time watching me, my name is Luis. I go by Luis G. That is my artist name. I also go by the LG Music on uh, social media platforms and all over the internet. And I got my start with music, at least with performing music, back in I don't know, like 2016, 2017. I can't remember. I did an open mic with a friend of mine. And after that, I was like, this is kind of fun. I had been playing guitar for a while but I never really like performed or sung in public. That was like the first time ever that I did that, right? And a few months later, I got invited to another open mic here in Las Cruces, New Mexico, where I live. And I just really fell in love with performing, and I started doing as many open mics as I could. Started attending literally like everything that I could attend. And then 2020 comes around, right? 2020 rolls around, and I'm like, this is gonna be my year. I'm gonna do it. This is gonna be, like just like the time of my life. And yeah, all of a sudden, we were all facing a global pandemic, and everything shut down. And that felt like a really big letdown. I had actually done a couple shows. No, I had done one show before the pandemic, I think, where I headlined right before starting an open mic in town with some friends. But basically, they were doing this thing at the time where, if you were an artist, you could perform and basically open up for the open mic. So I did that. Right before the pandemic started, and then I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna start, you know, performing and doing all of the shows, and this is gonna be such a great year. And then yeah, you all know what happened afterwards. Unfortunately, the world shut down completely, and I was kind of lost and not sure exactly what to do with myself. And I started live streaming on Facebook, and then eventually started live streaming on Twitch, where I found a home and a community, and just really grew a lot as an artist and as a person. And through that, I finally, in like 2021, finally had the guts to play an original song that I wrote. And it was not the first one I had written. I just want to clarify that that was not the first song I'd ever written, but it was the first one I felt comfortable sharing. And this song was called Waves, which I will be playing in here in a little bit and just diving into a little bit about what the song is about. But yeah, I decided to release Waves as a single, which was a lot of fun. I had the help of my friend Yames, who is a music producer that I met through Twitch actually as well, from Canada, and we recorded this song together. He, helped me do it remotely and taught me a few things, but he did pretty much all of the work, aside from me, playing instruments and singing using my voice. But he did everything else like on his own, and it was really cool. It was really fun. And from there, I just kind of had this wild hair of, I really want to release an EP. I really want to release an album. And it's really funny because I was actually looking through YouTube and I found like an old video. I think of like I think it was the first time I ever played Waves on Twitch, and just remember saying that I was going to release an album and it was going to be called Songs from Home. And I had this idea of like, just totally going with the theme of like the pandemic and all of that. And then Songs from Home eventually became Somewhere to Call Home. And so that is what we're going to be focusing on today. This is the Indie Spotlight. It's like the show number 2 out of 8 that I'll be doing. I did one last week where I just kind of played a few original songs and I did a couple covers. Every one of these shows is going to have a different theme, or at least kind of like a different idea. So this one I thought it'd be cool to do Somewhere to Call Home and play the thing in its totality. And it's only 6 songs, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about each song and then I'll play a song, and then you know hopefully that'll be enough for the whole hour. Basically, I'm dedicating about 10 minutes per song, because I'm only on here for an hour today. So anyway, so the first track of the album is actually one of the last ones that I wrote, and it's a song called 10,000 Songs. And 10,000 Songs is a song that I wrote for my wife, for our 10-year anniversary. It is also the only song that I've ever written and recorded that is in the ukulele, which actually really, I love the ukulele. It's got like a little like smudge right there, but I love the ukulele. I think it's just such a cool instrument. I am not a ukulele player. As much as I've tried to be one, I am not one. But I did write a song on the ukulele and recorded it, which was a whole nother thing. Recording on the ukulele was crazy. And yeah, I absolutely I love this song. It is a very simple, fun, cheesy love song that I wrote. And so yeah, let's kick this thing off, and play 10,000 Songs. And I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, it's track number 1. And actually, what I should have done is I should have pasted in the chat. Give me 1 second. I should have pasted Somewhere to Call Home, like the link to the album. But you can find it on all streaming platforms. Yeah, you can find it on all streaming platforms. Here is I'm going to paste in the chat the DistroKid link, in case you want to, look it up later, listen to it. You are more than welcome to do that. But this is track number 1 of the album, and it's called 10,000 Songs. And I hope you like it. Like I said, it's a love song I wrote for my wife, and I think that's why I ended up putting it as the first song in the album. All right, let's do this thing. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just figuring my screen out. Sometimes I'm like, I feel like I have everything in place where it should be, and then it's not. All right. We were so young when we met. Yeah, we were young, and you beat me to tell me I love you. Deep inside I already was falling madly, deeply in love with you. Fell in love and we got married. Finished school, we bought a house. There's no one that I'd rather share my life with. 'Cause you and me were meant for each other. Our love is like this song, it's got its ups and downs, its high and lows. And I would write you 10,000 more songs if you'd let me. Because your love is forever, for all eternity. And I'll never let you go. When I first met you, my heart skipped a beat. I felt butterflies and funny feels, and all the feelings of falling in love. Because babe, you're my perfect match, you're my best friend, the one I love. Our love is like this song, it's got its ups and downs, its high and lows. And I would write you 10,000 more songs if you'd let me. Because our love is forever, for all eternity. And I'll never let you go. Our love is like this song, it's got its ups and downs, its high and lows. And I would write you 10,000 more songs if you'd let me. Because our love is forever, for all eternity. And I'll never let you go. 10,000 songs. Give me 1 second. You're going to hear probably like a pop, but I'm just going to switch over from guitar to, ¿cómo se llama? From a ukulele to the guitar, I mean. Sorry about that. So hopefully that wasn't too tedious and too awful. Because the rest of the album is all in guitar. So, but this is the only song that uses ukulele, and I really want to write more songs with a ukulele. To be completely honest, it's a fun instrument, and but I just sometimes I feel like it's like very very specific songs that go well with it. Like it's not every song, and I do know people that write and play with the ukulele often, and I just think that's really really cool. But anyway, yeah, that is 10,000 songs. It is track number 1 of that album, and I think the reason I had some. Sorry, I have some crunchy ice. I think the reason that I really, really decide. Well, I mean, I chose this one as track number 1 in the album because it felt right at the moment. Like like it felt like it was like the right thing to do, the right song to put. And I really 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 love it a lot. It is just a fun kind of more folksy song that has I guess a fun spirit, because the rest of the songs of the album are kind of about just like going through like a pandemic and like mental, health and stuff like that, and being sad and depressed. Like that's a lot of what the rest of the album is. And so that brings us to the second track in the album, which is called Everything Will Be Okay, which is one of my one of my favorite songs. I think not just of the this album, but just one of my favorite songs that I've written. And there's a few songs that I just really love to play. I mean, I should take that back. I love playing all of the songs that I've written. Um, but there is definitely some songs that I just I feel like I connect a lot more with. And everything will be okay is what I like to call is my COVID song, my pandemic song. And I wrote this song. Well, at least started writing the bones and the structure of this song in 2020, during the pandemic, during the height of the pandemic, which is why you'll find like a lot of themes of this song are very like, like watch the news, like everything is so hopeless, like trapped inside these walls, like I miss the sunlight, like you'll find a lot of that in the words of this song. But yeah, so I wrote this song right in 2020, in the height of the pandemic, and it was just my way of expressing like, man, this is a complicated time, because not only were we going through a global pandemic at the time, of course, without getting political, I'm not going to get political on this, but we were just going through like there was just so much that was happening in the world, like, and I felt like I had to write a song about it, and just a song of feeling hopeful about it. And so that is what everything will be okay is all about. I feel like I kept telling myself everything will be okay a lot during the pandemic, and um, I still believe it, even though we're no longer in a pandemic and the world has changed. I don't know if it's got better or worse. I really don't know. I think it just depends on what day the world is better or it's worse. But that is what everything will be okay. And every time I play this song, I think about that a lot. I think about just how um, you know everything will be okay. Like there's not a situation in life where you are not going to eventually get out of it. Um, oops, just noticed something. Anyway, yeah, there's not a situation in life where you're not going to get out of it. You're not going to escape it. Like everything will be okay one way or another, one in one manner or another. Um, and so yeah, I hope you like it, because I really like this song and I like playing it a lot. It's one of my favorite ones to play. Okay. Oh, yep. Sorry, I had to. Sorry, I had to check something on the vocals real quick, but we're good now. Okay. I watched the news today, and everything feels so hopeless. There is so much hate in a world falling apart. What is this life? I am trapped inside these walls, and I miss the sunlight. Will we ever go back to the will be okay. I believe everything will be okay. I believe everything will be okay. I believe. Whew. I love playing this song so much. It's such a, such a fun song to play. Everything will be okay again, which is part of my EP, Somewhere to Call Home. Um, and one second. Yeah. Anyway, it's part of my EP, Somewhere to Call Home. And I really really love playing this song. I really really enjoy playing it, and I hope that you enjoyed listening to it a lot too, because again it is one of my favorite songs. So up next, so that's two tracks out of six. So we're, I feel like, and it's 23 minutes in, so we're doing pretty good. So hmm, up next, we got the song that started all of this, all this craziness of me wanting to um, record music and make songs and stuff like that. It's a little song called Waves, and Waves is a song that um, I mostly wrote about childhood memories and just childhood moments and growing up and my family and I we used to take a lot of road trips back in the day, like when I was a kid, and my grandparents lived in Oregon, and we would always travel to Southern California to visit my mom's side of the family. And my okay, there we go, perfect. Um, yeah, and so my grandparents lived in Oregon, and we would always go visit my mom's side of the family in Southern California, and we would always go from Southern California north up to Oregon, and my parents would always try to make the most out of it. Right, we didn't have a whole lot, and I mean, they were raising three kids, and that's already, I mean, I don't have kids of my own. My wife and I chose to be child free by choice because kids are just freaking expensive. But anyway, more power to people that have kids. Um, Anyway, so we always tried to make the most that we could out of it, and my parents would like, we drive from like, typically Long Beach, California, just Southern California in general, up to Medford to visit my grandparents, or the other way around. I know there was a few times that we started in Oregon and then we would go to California and then back home. I'm doing this whole like zigzag with a map in my head. But yeah, so we would we'd take these trips, and sometimes we'd stop and look at like different places, or I've always been a beach person ever since I was a kid. I love the beach. Like, if you give me, what would you want as your perfect vacation, just stick me in the beach all day. I mean, I trust me, I love the mountains, and I love like I love forests, and I love all kinds of other landscapes, but take me to the freaking beach and I am happy. So anyway, so we did exactly that. We did a lot of going to the beach when I was a kid, and some of my favorite memories growing up are that exactly. It's just playing with my brother and my sister in the water, and that's kind of where Waves was born from, or the idea of Waves. And then I wrote this song, and this was the first song that I. Uh, this song was the first of a lot of things. It was the first song that I ever shared live as a performance in front of other people. It was on Twitch, but it was still, still in front of other people. And it also is the first song that I ever recorded and released as a single, and then I eventually included it in this EP, because it just felt like it should be in it. Because again, this was the one that I was like, I could release an album. I could release music, And so this is the song that started everything. So I hope you enjoy it. This is Waves. And I miss the waves, and I miss the breeze, and I miss the sand in between my feet, and I miss your laugh, and I miss the place where we used to play. Back when we were kids, take me back, take me back. Oh, I never thought I'd miss somewhere as much as I do now. Take me back, take me back to our secret place where we used to run next to the waves. Summer's gone and seasons pass. Every day I think about how I wish that life could be easier, and wish we could go back. Quiet nights and starry skies, and we used to look up, and we used to wish on a star that this would never end. Take me back, take me back. Oh, I never thought I'd miss somewhere as much as I do now. Take me back, take me back to our secret place where we used to run next to the waves. Take me back, take me back. Oh, I never thought I'd miss somewhere as much as I do now. Take me back, take me back to our secret place where we used to run next to the waves. This song is just fun. Um, like I said, this song is the first of just so much. Um, what really got me, what I think, first of all, if you just getting here, you've been here watching for a while, hanging out, lurking around, welcome and thank you for being here. My name is Luis. Uh, Luis G. I am a singer songwriter from Las Cruces, New Mexico, and this is Indie Spotlight, the second out of 8 of these shows that I'm doing. Every week I'm trying to do a different theme, a different idea. And so this time I am do playing or performing in totality the album Somewhere to Call Home, which came out in 2022. It was an EP of 6 songs. And boy, did I wrestle with 6. It's funny because actually, I am the worst, and I totally forgot to announce on Discord that I'm live. Yeah, completely forgot to do that. Anyway, that's beside the point. Yeah, so yeah, when I released this album and when I was making this album, it went through a lot of different versions. I mentioned earlier that I found like this old YouTube video, not old, but old from 2021, where I was talking about wanting to like make this album after I wrote and performed this song on Twitch. And it's funny because I think the original title was supposed to be Songs from Home, because I was in my pandemic era, right? Like everybody else was. We were in our shutdown era, and I was like, oh, it'd be so funny to have an album called Songs from Home, and it's songs that I wrote at home. But it's like literally every song I write it home for the most part. I've written a couple songs not at home, but for the most part, every song that I write, I've written at home. So it wouldn't have made sense. But another working title for this album was actually going to be Waves. I was going to actually have an album named after this song. And it's interesting because I am actually getting ready to release a new album pretty soon, which I will be announcing very soon, and talking a lot about it. So you're going to hear a lot about it if you follow me on socials, or even if you're just watching me here. You're going to hear me talk a lot about it the next month ish, or more than 1 month. Anyway, yeah, I so some of those songs ended up in this second album, which is crazy to think I'm going to have 2 albums out on the internet, but at one point I had 0. So it's crazy to think that. Anyway, the second album, and but I ended up deciding just to stick to 6 songs, and I'm really glad I did, because I feel like these ones make a lot of sense together. The next one I'm going to do is a another great song called "The Best Thing," and this song has a really fun origin story. But back in and I'm first of all I want to give just a massive giant shout out to my dear friend Irene Peña Music, who you should all follow. If you're not following her on Twitch, you should give her a follow, because she has just such an incredible community, called the Together Wherever community, and I have been fortunate to be a part of it from pretty much like its early days. um, and it's really just a community of musicians. We've participated in raid trains together. We've done fundraisers together. Um, I've participated in this thing called the New Tune Showcase, which Irene hosts, and it's a showcase of songs that we've written. And at the end of it, everybody has a prompt, and there's a song that everybody wrote for this. So you get the prompt like about a month before, a few weeks before, and then it's up to you to, if you want to write it a month before, if you want to write it. There's people that write it literally 2 hours before. Like whatever works for you. I'm the kind of person that if I get it, I'm gonna try to get it out of the way early, in case I gotta make changes, or in case I want to make improvements or whatever. But I've participated in this a few times. I've co-hosted it once. I might be hosting again in the summer. We'll see. Still TBD. Um, Which reminds me, I need to let Irene know about this. Anyway, but I wrote this song called "The Best Thing" for the first time I did, and that was a prompt. And I wrote a love story because as a songwriter, I love songs that tell a story. And so I wrote a love story about this fictional couple throughout the years of their life and their relationship. And there is, like the beginning, then there's some, conflict in the middle. And I'm not going to spoil the ending in case you've never heard it. But this is also one of my favorite songs, just because of the story writing behind it. But anyway, this is The Best Thing. And it's track number 4 on the EP, Somewhere to Call Home. And again, huge shout out to Irene Peña and the Together Forever community on Twitch. She twirls her hair, gives a smile for attention. He makes his move and asks too many questions. Lock their eyes and get giddy inside of, is this love? Oh, is this love? 20 years go by and life's getting harder. She gets up and starts to cry, 'cause he's not the same man that she smiled at a bar, and he questions himself where he went wrong. Oh, is this love? Oh, is this love? It's the best thing that ever happened. A love story you've heard before. When the bells ring, you look back and remember, is this love? Oh, is this love? 65 years and many nights have passed. She grew old with a man that she smiled at a bar, 'cause she still twirls her hair just to get his attention, and he still asks way too many questions. Is this love? Oh, is this love? It's the best thing that ever happened. A love story you've heard before. When the bells ring, you look back and remember, is this love? Oh, is this love? The best thing that ever happened. Yeah, I really, really, really love this song. Okay, cool. Sorry, I was just making sure because I was like, I got a lot of messages all of a sudden, and I was like freaking. I'm like, oh no, what if something's going on that I need to tend to? But no, we're good. We're good. We're fine. Yeah, this song is called "The Best Thing," and again, it is a song that I wrote for the New Tune Showcase on Twitch. This was oh gosh, May or April of 2022. It was before this album came out, and I remember it because this was actually the last song that I wrote for the album. Um, I had actually pretty much already set on just doing 5 songs, and then I wrote this one, and yeah, it was like maybe March or April of 2022, and I was like, you know what, this is a song that I want. Sorry, I got like ice cubes in my mouth from I put ice in my water. I think you can hear it, and the ice cubes are like coming through like the hole in the water bottle, and yeah, I'm just like, anyway, yeah. The best thing was a late addition to the album, and it's one that I'm really glad that I did, because it is just I just feel like it felt good to have this one, because it's lighthearted, it's fun, it's a happy story, because the next one, track number 5, and I feel like I've said this many times before and like other shows and other streams. I always say this is like my favorite song I've ever written. It's definitely one of them. Um, I feel it just kind of depends on my mood, really. It depends. really, it really just kind of depends on what I got going on, how I'm feeling, how my mood is for the day. But I really, really, really enjoy playing this one, because I gotta I'm trying to get one that's not. Some of these are like really sticky. These are picks, by the way. Um, Somehow some of them got sticky because I think I spilled something in there. This one is not. Yeah. So pretending I'm fine. Lyrically, I think it's this my favorite song I've ever written, and yep. Lyrically, it's my favorite song that I've ever written. It is a song about, gosh, it's about so many things. The theme of the song actually came in a conversation with someone about mental health where this person said, I'm never okay, but I'm used to pretending I am. And it kind of all flowed from there. And I did ask this person, can I use this? And they were like, yeah, of course. I'd be honored if you did. Because that was really just like the central theme of this song. It's just how sometimes like we pretend and we act like everything is okay in life when it's really not. And it's okay to not be okay. So yeah, I'm never okay, but I'm used to pretending okay is honestly like my no, I'm never okay, but I'm used to pretending I am is probably just I feel like it's such a powerful line, such a powerful combination of words. And so yeah, I've always really just connected and related a lot to this song. I've had my struggles with anxiety and with self-esteem and self-doubt, and I mean I have them all the time. I had them today, to be honest. I was like self-doubting even doing this. I was like, what the hell am I even doing performing online on the internet to people, even though I do it regularly. But yeah, so that is what pretending I'm fine is about, and I hope you like it. Again, this is track number 5, and interestingly enough, I in the last actually in March, I was in a songwriter contest in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which was actually, the theme of it was mental health, and so I decided to do this song, and it was just one of the I didn't win, and I didn't make it to the final, which was okay, totally fine. I was just very honored to be chosen to participate, just because of just the closeness of the cause. But one of the judges, she said just some words that really just impacted me. She's like, she said it takes a lot to put yourself out there and to put what you're feeling into a song. And she said that after this song. And those words have just stuck in my head since. Like every time I play this song, and every like I think of that. I think about those words and just being like, that's true. it does take a lot to write a song, and especially a song with a theme that is this heavy, and put that out there. It takes a lot. So anyway, that's gonna stick with me forever, which is great. All right, this is Pretending I'm Fine. I hope you like it, because I like it. It's track number 5 out of 6. So we got one more after this. Some days I feel like I'm falling on empty, and I wear a fake smile so you think that I'm happy. Sometimes I feel like I'm hopeless and useless, and my candle is fading, and I'm decaying, and I'm never okay, but I'm used to pretending I am, because someday pain will come to an end, and I guess that for now, at least I'll pretend that I'm fine. At least I'll pretend that I'm fine. I'll pretend that I'm fine. That's Pretending I'm Fine, by me. I play a ton of covers, so I'm so used to saying like, "This is so and so by this band." I'm used to it, so that's why I'm like, "This is Pretending I'm Fine," and I fucking wrote this song. It's crazy sometimes. It's also crazy sometimes when you realize like I've put music out, like I've done it, I've done the thing, which is pretty cool. Anyway, yeah. So this has been a fun journey for sure. It's been a fun journey because, um, you know, I've just gone through almost a full album, and there is one more song that I'm going to do before it's over. But before we do that, this is just for anybody that's here on chat right now, watching, and I'm also recording this just to post it on YouTube because I've never, like I said, I've never had the chance to just play the full album from beginning to end. So I thought that'd be cool to put on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, this may not be live for you yet, but before I play the next song, I just want to make an announcement. I just want to put this out, but I just put in chat um, the pre-save for my new album that's going to be out on May 10th called Second Chances. And the reason I wanted to focus on this album before, like before the official announcement came out. I actually haven't really officially announced it yet, but I'm going to pretty soon actually. I think I might just do it today after this or tomorrow or in the next few days. Anyway, but May 10th, Second Chances, the album comes out. And yeah, the reason I wanted to do this, focus on this album specifically, is because after Second Chances comes out, even after I start promoting it, like I am no longer gonna be in a place where Somewhere to Call Home is the only album I have out. I've released singles since Somewhere to Call Home here. I've released actually quite a few singles. Some of them are in that album. But or in the new album to come, I mean. But yeah, I this is like the last time that this is like the pre second album being out where Somewhere to Call Home is the only album I have out. And so yeah, it felt important for me. I don't know if it'll feel important for anybody else, whether watching live or watching later. But it feels important to me to do this. And so the last song on the album is Somewhere to Call Home. And this is a very special song for me because I wrote this song during a very just difficult moment in my life. So, and it's crazy because I can say this now. This was my former job. I used to work for an environmental organization, and trust me, I love that organization. I absolutely love like the work that they do, and I love the work that I did with them. But every year, I would have to go to Santa Fe, New Mexico, which is our state capital. It's a beautiful city. If you're ever in New Mexico, I 1,000% recommend go to Santa Fe because it's beautiful. Um, but I would have to go every year for our legislative session, which on one year was 60 days and next year was 30 days. I wrote this during a 60-day session. And Santa Fe is like a little over 4 hours away from Las Cruces where I live. It's about a little more than 4 hours away from my house. And so I basically would have to move there and be there for the length of it. And it was really hard. And I understand like that was my job. Like I'm not upset about that at all. And I've never been upset about it. But I wrote this song just during a kind of like a dark moment. Like this was in 2022, and that was just it was a difficult time for me because I was really missing home. I was really missing my wife. I was really missing life, and I felt like I was just like trapped in this place where I didn't want to be. And so I kind of started thinking about like home and what does home mean? And that's where the song Somewhere to Call Home was born. And um it's about 5 minutes long. It's like the longest song of the album, but it just it as I was saying before, this album went through a few names before I landed on a name, and I ended up calling it Somewhere to Call Home because that is what felt right. When I wrote the song, I was like, this is what this album is called. This is the title of the album. And so that's why I ended up being titled after this song. And this song exists in the album, and I also released an anniversary version last year, which is acoustic. So there's two different versions. The original song is pretty acoustic, but there's one that's just like stripped down, just guitar and me. And anyway, this is Somewhere to Call Home, and after this, we'll wrap it up. Um, this is Somewhere to Call Home. letting go of what I hold. It's the hardest part of moving on. Secrets as I grow cold. What burns beneath my soul. Some might say the battle's rough, but we fight the demons, there's nowhere to fall. Sooner or later you wanna give up and start again. Go back to the start, give me peace, give me home, give me somewhere to call home. When I fall, I get up, face the fire, head on. Leaving is hard when you lost your faith, and if you hold on, then maybe someday you'll win the fight. Start believing again. Oh, peace and everything in between seem like a dream. Start believing again. Start believing again. Give me peace. Give me hope. Give me somewhere to call home. When I fall, I give up. Face the fire, head on. Prayed, you asked for help, cried, but no one could hear. Sometimes life doesn't go that way, but if you hold on, then maybe someday you will find what you're looking for. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Give me peace, give me hope, give me somewhere to call home. And when I fall, I get up, face the fire, head on. Give me hope. Give me somewhere to call home. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for watching. If you were just chilling, or if you're watching this later, just seriously, huge thanks for being here, and a huge thank you to Ursa Live for giving the platform to do this. This definitely felt like really special. Like I said, next week, no, my next stream of these is in 2 weeks, so it's my calendar's right here. You can't see it, but it's like right there on that wall in front of me. My next one is gonna be the 24th, and I'm not sure. I kind of want to dedicate one of these to just doing covers. I know it's Indie Spotlight, and so like in a way, it's like I there's no obligation to do this, but it feels like it should be, like originals only. But I actually kind of really want to do one focus on covers, so I might do that the next time, or I might do something different because I will also be by then in full promotion for my new album. So we'll see what happens, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Stream this album and all of my music. I would super appreciate it and love you all day and all your life for it. And yeah, thank you for being here, for hanging out. You can find me on streaming platforms as Luis G, and on social media as the LG Music. I know it's complicated. There's a whole long story behind why I've never changed that name, but which I will maybe tell another time because you've heard enough stories today. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon somewhere on the internet. All right, peace out.